Okay. All right. So. Okay. So it's saying it's starting. That's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
Yes. Okay.
Live.
Live. That is a very good sign.
Unsupported resolution.
Um.
What does that mean?
Well. Because it's too wide, I think.
Oh yeah.
But
What's
it looks fine.
Yeah.
To me. Oh, it's Gina.
Hello. Hi, Gina.
Hey. So. Yeah. Welcome. We are live on YouTube. This is a 21 and over live stream because I'm drinking wine. I was forced to drink it by my roommate because he couldn't find the cork for a wine bottle, so I have to finish it.
Hi, Adrian.
Hey, Adrian. So, as you can see, I did manage to find a special guest for this live stream. What is this, a crossover episode? Yeah, I did manage to find a special guest. I was trying to get BoJack Horseman, but it didn't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was too busy stealing another letter off the Hollywood sign. So we were kind of running up on the last minute. We ended up just pulling this guy in off the street, basically. Yeah. I don't even. Who are you again?
I just slid out there.
Oh, did you come in through the window?
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I shouldn't have left it open.
Yeah.
Okay, so, everyone in this stream knows who you are, so you don't have to tell them where to find you on YouTube, but maybe eventually
Yeah. Well,
somebody
we'll
will
see.
join the stream who does not know you,
I'm Teo.
and I'm Char.
Yeah. Video output low.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't. I don't know what matters and what doesn't.
I'm very confused by the whole thing. We're plugged into Ethernet, so this is as good as the internet's gonna get.
Uh-huh.
I did recently get one of our roommates who was running the internet at our house moved out, and so I am in charge of internet now,
Okay.
which might not be the best decision. But hopefully, if you can see us, if you can still hear us, let us know. My mom wondered if Teo would be the special guest.
I don't even know who that is.
Adrian?
Huh? No, I don't know who Teo is.
Oh, yeah, well, obviously she was wrong.
Yeah, Teo is not here. I know who all of these people are.
Yeah.
Hi, Bella.
Oh, hey, Bella.
There are supposedly more.
Yeah. Who's lurking? Who's the mysterious fourth, fifth, and sixth person who is not commenting yet? You need to show yourselves. So the idea for this live stream is the state of YouTube, which is like the State of the Union, except there is no vice president and Speaker of the House sitting behind us, which is fine with me. I am not, it's not on my bucket list to have Mike Pence sit behind me while I talk. It might be my bucket list to have Nancy Pelosi sit behind me while I talk,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how you feel about that.
I would be in favor.
Okay, I mean, if you ever do a State of the Union video, I can be one of the people sitting behind you and standing up to clap when you say something that I agree with. I remember there was one time where the Pope came and gave a speech to Congress. And it was back when John Boehner was still the Speaker of the House, and he's like super Catholic, and it's really important to him.
Yeah.
So he was just like tears were streaming down his face. Okay. I just felt physically sick to think of Mike Pence sitting behind me. The thing about Mike Pence is he looks like a normal guy, except his bones are too big for his skin. So like it kind of looks like his skull is about to sort of explode out of his face.
I have never noticed.
You're not attuned to people's face shapes.
I guess not.
Okay. Well, I think Mike Pence has slightly too large of a bone structure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't think that is really the main problem with him. I think he's, you know, that's probably fine compared to some of the other things.
I think for next time we need like cardboard cutouts, Mike Pence,
Oh,
Nancy Pelosi,
yes,
behind us.
I think that we're gonna do that. And we need, obviously, well, we need the 9 Supreme Court justices up front.
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I think, is doing better, so that's good. And some of them might fall asleep, because that apparently has happened before. And then we also need we need a big audience to applaud us. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've solved the problem of what we need on YouTube. So actually the stream is over.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Okay. Now let's start thinking about some of our favorite things on the internet. And I wanted to start with something that, well, she's not here right now, so hopefully eventually she'll see this, but I really, really liked Katrina's Twitter thread where she was reading an absolutely remarkable thing, and she did one tweet for each chapter.
Yes.
I thought that was a really interesting way to have a conversation about a book, and I had already read the book when she was tweeting about it, so I could kind of see where she was in the book and like remember how I was feeling when I read that. So I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, I agree. I believe she's done those for a couple books.
Okay.
But that was the first one that I had read.
Okay.
That
So
I saw Katrina doing it.
Yeah.
And
I was a little late to the party on that, I guess. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I think.
hi, Adrian's family.
Oh, hey. That's great. Adrian's family is great, by the way. I highly recommend, if you're ever in Harrisonburg, Virginia, you should go visit them. Sorry, did I just dox you? I said your town name, but I think, anyway, so.
Forest Stream is really healthy now.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, it's back to unhealthy. So, yeah, I think that the cool thing about that was just like, was partially that I had read the book and that I could kind of follow along and see where she was. By the way, I joined the Life's Library book club. I don't know if anybody else has signed up for that. Okay.
Yes.
It's a little too late to do that now, but I will report back and see how it goes. Oh, hi, Mom. Hey, Mama. Okay, I'm going to divulge the story behind my mom's YouTube account name. It's URNDLF8R, which apparently was graffiti that had been written in an elevator at one of her university buildings at college. But you have to say it aloud to get it. It's in an elevator. No, say
what?
That's what I thought it was at first too.
Okay.
But you have to say each letter and number at the same time.
At the same time?
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay.
One at a time.
URNDLF8R. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
See,
pretty good.
there you go. That's actually a pretty badass username.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite good.
So I have to credit her with that. Oh, sorry that you didn't get there on time, Adrian. You can borrow all of my books once I'm done with them. By the way, I have to go check on my cake. I'm making an apple cake. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
You are in the capable hands of whoever this is.
Hello, my name is Char. This is my YouTube channel. How's the cake?
It's getting there. I'm going to poke it with a fork to see if it's done.
We were talking about graffiti in my sociology class, like
Oh, yeah.
yesterday, and it's been determined that the graffiti in women's restrooms is much better than the graffiti in men's restrooms.
Really?
That's what it seemed like based on the examples we had in class, or at least maybe that's just at U Chicago, but
Yeah. I don't know if other universities have bathroom graffiti in large numbers.
yeah, maybe not. I remember I forget when I was visiting colleges, there was, I believe it was at Amherst, maybe some college. I saw some really like friendly, uplifting graffiti in one of the bathrooms, and I had wrote about it in my like why this college essay. It was very nice graffiti. Char, can you send Adrian some of the smell?
Hold on a second.
He's working on it.
Hi everyone, my name is Teo. Here. And unfortunately that's all I can give you. So, I'm taking it away.
There are so many colors.
For the stream help?
For the, yeah. I don't know what I mean.
Yellow is like...
Is yellow like in between?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm back, and Char did a great job of holding things down. Okay, looks like we're getting some good reactions about the apple cake, so yeah. I feel like I did a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. The men's bathroom is cleaner. Well, that's good. I've actually found that the graffiti in men's bathrooms at U Chicago, there'll be like a right-wing troll that will write something. This is at least in the Harper bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like a right-wing troll will write something, and then everyone else will just be like, F off. Like, we hate you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of negative energy. But I saw I don't know if you are on the page Overheard at U Chicago.
Yes.
It used to be way better, because it used to be actually things overheard and overseen at U Chicago, and not just like political debates.
Yeah.
There was one picture of some bathroom graffiti where it was like all different alliterative names for like communist get-togethers. So there was like communist clam bake, like proletariat potluck, Bolshevik bash. I don't know. It just felt a lot more like improv. Like everyone was yes-anding each other.
Oh, was this all different people?
I think it was like different pens and different handwriting.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had like two big moments on Overheard at U Chicago. One, I overheard this little tiny boy and his mom walking by Cobb, which is like the oldest lecture hall building on campus. And he pointed up to the 4th floor, this like tower, and said to his mom, "See that room up there? I used to work there." And his mom said, "You used to work there? What did you do?" And he said, "Teaching 3-year-olds." So that was one of my big Overheard posts. And then the other one was somebody had left in one of the Harper classrooms that was visible from the midway. Someone had left a projector on, but all the lights were off. So there was blue light in the room, and it was like just bright enough that if you just looked at the windows, you'd see like, you know, a window with lights turned off, a window with lights turned off, and then just this one blue room. And it was a very cool effect, if unintentional. And everyone was like commenting about the modern art installation that had unintentionally been put on campus. So yeah, we used to have a cool, that was a thing that on the internet that I used to be excited about, and then it just devolved into like a bunch of debates about like identity politics. I don't know, maybe it's come back since then. I haven't really been noticing.
I'm not very familiar with the overheard at U Chicago. I know U Chicago's secrets.
Oh, that's a pile of
yeah, that's a nightmare.
Burning garbage.
It was taken down last year, but now it's back.
There was also U Chicago Crushes, which was like, it used to be like half people talking about like their RAs or like one of their friends and just being like, you're a hot mama or whatever, and getting a bunch of likes, and then the person is slightly embarrassed, but like all thanks. And then half of it was like really earnest gay people trying to figure out if someone else was gay, and then every time it would be like, sorry, I'm not, but I'm flattered nonetheless. And this was my first year when I was closeted, so I was it was not the best place for me to be on the internet. It was a little bit demoralizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the U Chicago Facebook groups. Well, and there's the whole alternate reality game that happened.
Yeah.
Which I felt weird about because I had no part in it, but I know a player of the game.
Yes.
And I know one person, my former TA, who's like an actor in the game, who played the role of like the main villain. I think his name was Jesse in the game, but his real name is Bill. And I also know my friend Dan, who was one of the like game designers. So it was like this whole world is going on, connecting disparate people I know, but I have no idea what's going on in that world because it was when I was in St. Louis. So Gina can't smell the cake because her nose is stuffy. And thanks.
Is that a nerd? Yes, it is. This is a NerdCon Nerdfighteria.
Oh, that's super neat.
Yeah, it's probably backwards. Is it backwards? I don't know if it's backwards.
No, it looks like it's showing up forwards.
Yeah.
Because it's not a mirror image on this camera. Okay. I can show you what is under my shirt. It's not as cool. It's the Chicago Community Service Center thing. 20th anniversary, whatever. I got it for free. Wait, NerdCon Nerdfighteria is where you met Mark, right?
Yes, but before I knew who he was.
Okay, and before he knew who you were.
Yeah, my interaction with Mark was he said he liked my shirt because we were wearing the same shirt.
And it was the Rainbow Pizza John shirt, right?
Yes, it was the Rainbow Pizza John shirt.
Okay.
I believe I then saw him again in the line for pizza.
Yeah. Okay. So there was actual pizza.
There was actual pizza.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I ate pizza in a Pizza John shirt. I haven't made the connection.
That feels like the right thing to do. That's really neat, and I hope Mark eventually tunes in. Maybe I should send him an email because I have his email address. I might actually do that.
Yeah, this is proof that we actually have met in person.
We do actually know each other in person. Oh, how apropos! Yes, indeed. Okay, I'm sending Mark an email in all caps. What should I say to Mark? Mark, Teo, and I know each other, and you should watch this for proof. And I'm shouting it in all caps.
Yes.
And I'm not going to put a subject. It's just going to be no subject. Unless people can think of it.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, he's here. Okay.
No email needed.
Okay, never mind. Mark, we were just working on an angry email to send you to tell you that you should tune in, but not necessary. Yes, thank you for showing up. We did summon you. Were we talking about you? Yes, indeed, we were. Sorry, I know it's not polite to talk about someone behind someone's back, but we were saying nothing but positive things. You're apologizing? We're not exactly taking attendance here.
I forgive you, Mark.
I don't. I'm not a religious person, so I don't have to forgive. What?
All the juicy gossip.
All the juicy gossip. Yes, about Mark and NerdCon Nerd Criteria.
Yep.
So we were talking about favorite things about the internet. And by the way, if you watching at home, audience members, if you have some favorite things that you like about the internet, or some things that you're not so excited about the internet, like how close my finger is getting to you, please comment. You're getting blocked by YouTube for sending too many messages? I don't have, I purposefully did not turn on message checking.
Yeah, I think they just do it automatically.
Oh, you got too excited. YouTube just wants you to chill out. Okay.
One thing. Oh.
Go ahead.
Just talking about ARGs.
Yes.
One thing that I'm very excited about on the internet in general is like very weird niche communities.
Yeah.
Including ARGs. And I think my preference for like internet media is something that makes a lot of sense to a small group of people, but anyone looking at it outside of that group of people has no idea what's happening.
In response to that, I made a video about Teo's game, where I made a song about Emery Harrow, and the people who had played the game really liked it, and that made me really happy because it was just a little silly thing I did. But anyway, my mom, who I guess is watching right now, said she doesn't comment because she's scared that she'll like ruin the energy of our little community, which I don't know. She could do what she wants. But anyway, she called me, or on our weekly phone conversation, she said, "Your newest video was kind of sinister." Like, she said, because the world of Emery Harrow and what she went through is kind of creepy, and there's this creepy guy who almost tried to kill her, and make her part of this weird science experiment, for those who did not play the game. But anyway, and also Gina left a comment saying, I wanted to join the game, but I was a little bit too shy to like comment on the Discord, and my mom didn't know, excuse me, that Discord is a website where you can, communicate with each other, and she was like, there was Discord? People were fighting each other? And so I had to explain, no, it's just a game. Yeah. Oh, you should definitely record a harmony for my Emery Harrow song. It's very easy because it's literally just a folk song that I wrote new words for. You haven't met Adrian, but they're pretty awesome at improvising harmonies when I'm singing something, or when somebody else is singing something, which I just admire because I like music, but I grew up playing the violin, which is a melody instrument, and so we're just sort of used to being like, I mean, you're also a violin player, so
yeah,
violinist, so you know that we're used to being sort of prima donnas and going out front and doing our violin recitals and playing whatever we're playing, and then the piano accompanist just has to sort of follow us and play whatever counter melodies are necessary. Especially, have you ever played the Bach double?
Yes.
Okay. that's kind of like it's probably one of the hardest pieces that you have to learn in Suzuki. It kind of settles down after that. But anyway, the piano in that one has to be a whole orchestra because it's written for 2 violins and orchestra. But, you know, Suzuki violin teachers don't have the budget to bring an entire orchestra. So, yeah. Anyway, Adrian, you know all about Suzuki because your mom is a Suzuki piano accompanist, so you've probably heard that piece way too often. Why are you chugging a protein shake? And why do you believe a conspiracy theory? Here, wait, how do we prove to Mark that this is not a split screen?
I don't think we can. I'm convinced too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's split screen. Or like green screen.
Yeah.
We're very good editors, live editors.
Yeah. We do play the violin, although I don't know about you, but I have not played my violin in a long time.
Me neither.
I was in orchestra. We were both in orchestra our first years of college.
Yeah.
And then we both stopped doing orchestra. I joined choir, so I sing regularly. Are you doing any music at all?
I am not.
How do you live?
I don't know.
Because you did like band.
Yeah,
and
I did
orchestra.
band and orchestra and like pit orchestra.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing nothing.
That's a big change.
It is a big change.
How does that feel?
I surprisingly haven't noticed it as much as I would have thought. It hadn't really occurred to me until now that is a fairly big change. Yeah, but I should probably get back to just playing violin occasionally.
Yeah, I'm working on finding a violin teacher. Which reminds me, I'm very sorry, Adrian, that you had to listen to a lot of Suzuki music because it's a varying quality. I don't know if we were going to come up with a top musicals list, but we could also come up with a top Suzuki song list.
What's that? My favorite Suzuki song. Not now, but it was at the time.
Okay.
Was it's something with witches, like Witches Dance.
Oh, Witches Dance.
Yeah. I was really into that one.
Go?
I don't remember.
It's like really fast, like. Yeah.
My Suzuki teacher came up with like, I don't know if this is a universal thing, but we had like a dance, like an actual dance that went along with it as we played.
I don't think we had that.
Yeah. We did some creative things in our like we had Suzuki group concerts, and we once for the Witches Dance, we turned off all the lights and we put like glow sticks on our wrists and ankles so you could see the dance we were doing.
Yeah, that's good. I approve of that. We didn't have that. What I remember is when I was really little, when I was like 4 years old, just starting to play violin. The first song you learn is "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." I was a very nerdy little 4-year-old, and when I heard that I was going to learn "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," I told my dad, I thought I was going to learn classical music. And my dad said, well, he had to explain to me that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star was actually written by Mozart, which is a stretch. Mozart wrote a series of 12 variations for piano based on a tune that we know as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but Europeans know as Abu Diraja Mama, which is about somebody's mother, and he dedicated it to his mother. Anyway, so that's, and then Suzuki found it and was like, I want my beginning violin students to learn it, but I'm going to whittle it down to 4 variations and make them very easy. Sorry, that's our daily dose of music nerddom. I only heard 6-year-olds who couldn't actually play, and they were off pitch and couldn't play in time. I'm sorry. That was me years ago, I'm sure. But luckily, I went through the phase. Violin, you have to suck at it when you start because it's kind of a hard instrument to master. But I went through that terrible phase when I was like 4 or 5 years old, so I was still cute. I don't know how old you were, but
I was 6.
You were on the cusp.
Yeah, I think I was cute.
Music is too complicated for Mark's high protein muscles. So, all right, we're gonna have to talk about like working out. And that has been our conversation about working out. I haven't been doing enough working out recently. I used to do sit-ups every other day, and I would go walking. Well, I like to go for long walks. That's my exercise.
I walk up 6 flights of stairs to get to my room.
This boy lives in a turret of a castle.
Yep.
Accurate. I used to live in the very same castle, which is a dorm building in Chicago, but I did not live on, there's like one house in the dorm, one like sub-vertical of the dorm that has a 6th floor. The rest of it only has 4 or 5 floors. But his house has a 6th floor, and he lives on it. And that's really cool.
I am a princess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rapunzel. Yeah.
Oh. So that I don't have to, I need to grow my hair out so that my roommates don't have to climb the stairs.
The hair elevator.
Yeah.
I lived on the 4th floor my second year, which I'm kind of glad I chose the 4th floor because we did have a 5th floor, and the 5th floor had bigger rooms in my house, but I found that the 4th floor was exactly the point of my stair climbing when I was just about to like give up. If I had to climb one more flight, I would have just not done it. Geez, 6th floors. I'm having an asthma attack just thinking about it. Well, please breathe. We're gonna breathe deeply. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Hold. And breathe out. Now you should be able to climb as many flights of stairs as you can. I actually did a video once during Vita where I noticed that, so we have an art center on campus called the Logan Center, and the Logan Center staircases are very echoey. And so I thought it would be a cool acoustic to be in one of the Logan staircases, which also has very good views of like the neighborhood in Lake Michigan because it's a big, tall building, and sing one of the choir songs that I had learned recently. But I for some reason, I did not take the elevator to get to the 7th floor of the stairwell. I decided I was going to walk up the stairs to get to where I wanted to be. So I sang the whole song totally out of breath. And it turned out to not be that great of an acoustic because there's giant vent fans that are constantly running. So don't recommend it. Thank you, Adrian. I also like that video, not because my performance was earth-shattering, but because it's like a pretty backdrop and a pretty song. So thank you. Gina is cured of her asthma, so that's a good thing. Adrian wants to live on the top of the Rockefeller Chapel Tower, which, have you been up there?
I have not.
You should do it. On a really nice sunny day, because it's got a great view, and there are the bells. You can see all of the bells. This is a big church on our campus with a big giant tower. Well, Adrian, it might be a little cramped up there. There's like one habitable space, and it's this tiny little carillonneur cabin. The carillonneur is the bell player, and they have like a little, basically like piano where they can play the bells. So if you're okay with like having someone invade your house every day and play a giant musical instrument, then you could live there. Mrs. Char. Yes, that's my mom. Her name is Mary Ellen. Mark is worried that you will be censoring our conversation. So if you could just reply to Mark and tell her that you're a cool mommy, and that you will not do that, then that'd be great.
For reference, my mom also reads all your comments.
on
my videos.
Your videos, not on my videos.
Not on Char's videos, as far as I'm aware.
Right, she might.
It's possible.
She's gonna think I'm on drugs. Well, let's just say she has two very weird, nerdy sons who do not do drugs, but who are very weird. So I think her standards are different than most people. Although she might have feelings about protein shakes that I don't know about. Now I'm going to share something about the internet that I'm not excited about, which is I still have like a college student bank account. I don't know why, like PNC has this like college student option for your bank account, but I just never got that changed, and it's not kicking me out or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But today, I got an email from them saying, let us help you afford next semester. Take out a short-term loan. Yeah, and I really don't like that the internet is being used. I mean, this isn't like a check cashing place. It's not going to be a giant interest rate, but it's still like, I don't know, a bank going out of their way to use the internet to try to sell me a loan that I don't need. So that's the thing that I'm not so excited about in relation to the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know, anything, yeah, conspiracy I'm coming. Teo and Char are brothers. So not quite, but we might be different versions of the same person.
Yeah.
We have this inside joke with another friend of ours that the three of us all came from an original person, and that we're just three parts of that same person. So now you know. Facts. I agree.
I misread Gotta Love Binks as Gotta Love Banksy, and I didn't know why you were.
That's an interesting thing that I read about on the internet, but it does not have anything to do with the internet. That Banksy sold a piece at Sotheby's and then shredded it as soon as someone bought it. Teo is just a movie magic reflection of Char's half of the screen.
Oh yeah, it's just mirrored.
I think we need to like punch each other or something to like prove that. Alternate reality versions of each other. But which is the real reality and which is the alternate reality?
I mean, I'm 4 years behind, so I would imagine you're the real one, and I'm like the redo.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a lot of responsibility for you, because like God is saying like, oh man, I really screwed up, Char. I need a mulligan.
Mark wants you to punch me.
Okay. Alright, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Oh no. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, ready? Ugh.
Did that convince him?
I don't know. Did my fist go all the way to the other end of the screen? Although then there could be like an actor like right here.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I will feel your okay, the texture of Teo's sweatshirt is actually a lot thinner than I thought it would be, because I thought it would be normal hoodie texture, but it's almost like a bed sheet thickness.
Yeah, it is very thin. It doesn't really do anything for warmth.
Fascinating.
It does a little bit.
So this is like it's a fashion statement.
I guess so. I mean, I wear it thinking it'll make me warm, but it doesn't tend to do that.
Well, I just think it's interesting that this might sound weird, but the first time I met you, you were wearing your purple hoodie.
Yeah.
And
I'm almost always wearing my purple hoodie.
it's just like, this is gonna sound weird, but I didn't imagine that you wore the same things in real life as you were in your videos. And so it was a little bit jarring to see you looking exactly the same as you do in your videos in real life.
Although, fun fact about the purple hoodie, it is not the same purple hoodie anymore. The original purple hoodie was getting very old and like falling apart. And then my friend, for my birthday, got me like an almost identical purple hoodie because I was very attached to it, but it was
That's really sweet.
So, yeah. So it's a different hoodie, but nobody knows.
That's really sweet. Well, now I know what to get Teo for his it's kind of Mr. Rogers-esque almost, because apparently every year his mom, Mr. Rogers' mom, would get him a sweater, and those were the ones he'd wear on the show. Which is one, really sweet, and two, like, thinking about like Mr. Rogers as a producer of his own show, like very budget savvy. Okay, another thing that I don't like about the internet is the trolls. First time I met Teo, we were wearing the same shirt.
We were just talking about that, Mark.
Bella still thinks this is fake. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You might be fake.
I think this is all one person who made a lot of channels.
The first time I met Teo, we were wearing the same shirt, and then I saw him again today, weeks later. On YouTube, and now I tell this story daily.
We told this story before you got here in the live stream. So
you're late.
We're in the same boat.
You're late. Mark, do you? I got shipped with Char's boyfriend. Oh yes. So Adrian and Alex are childhood friends, and they apparently got shipped a lot. That was very heteronormative of everyone. Of course, it was before, you know, it was, well, not very heteronormative because Adrian is not a girl, but anyway. So let's talk about trolls, because I don't have very many of them, but on occasion I get them, and it's not fun. And I don't know, what's been your experience with trolls?
I don't get many either, which is, I am lucky. I do get them on occasion. Usually they're ridiculous enough that they don't affect me very much.
Yeah.
There are some that are like slightly too non-exaggerated. I think the ones that don't seem as mean are often the ones that are more hurtful.
Yeah.
Because they're not like.
Yeah.
They seem more human.
Yeah. I've only seen a couple on your videos that are mean, but
yeah.
I always think like that's not. I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm always undecided on whether I should delete the comments or not.
I had one mean commenter on my mental health video who claimed that I had been on a rampage in the neighborhood and that I had had a run-in with police because I had mental health issues. And I tried responding to her and saying, hey, not all people with anxiety issues are violent or have run-ins with police. And she was like, that's not true, according to law enforcement. And at that point, I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna, never mind. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up to my videos. Mark would delete the heck out of those comments.
I delete the ones that I think would be hurtful to people other than me, usually.
Yeah.
And I leave the other ones.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should leave any of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's good that you haven't gotten a troll genie. I mean, I will say The trolling that I have received has been very sporadic. The only other times that I've gotten trolls have been when I make a video, when I used to make political parodies when I was in high school. I made a couple about Obama, and I got a lot of anti-Obama comments, which I just made me think that people were just Googling the name Obama to find videos to write mean comments about, which I didn't have too much of a problem with. I never had like a troll who like regularly visits my stuff and you know, is mean on a regular basis. Working at a radio station has been interesting because sometimes we get angry callers, and that's not fun either. Actually, I think that's kind of worse because sometimes people say crazy things like, you're censoring our views, you're just like Donald Trump, and I can kind of laugh it off. But sometimes callers will say, will give a kind of a criticism of a segment that we've just done on our show, and they'll, you know, it kind of may or may not be a legitimate criticism, but they're so angry, they're just like livid, and they're like letting all their anger out onto me. And that, I think, is what really makes me mad, because like, whatever your viewpoint is, I don't feel like it's that important that you need to call in immediately to the radio station and yell at the first person who answers the phone, especially if it's the intern who literally has like the least power at the station. Because it happened, I didn't put this in my video that I recently made about my Hank Green experience, but while that segment was running on the air, the Hank Green interview, I got a call from this woman who was not like mean per se, but she was like very adamant that we were doing a bad thing by running this segment, because she was saying that nerds are like boring and dorky, and trying to make nerdiness seem cool will make real nerds less studious. Which is kind of a silly argument, but like she kept me on the phone for like 6 or 7 minutes talking in circles, and I was just getting so frustrated because I wanted to listen to this interview that I had just helped produce, and instead I was listening to this woman lecturing me about how wrong I was for putting Hank Green on the air, and I was trying to tell her, like, I would encourage you to actually watch like Hank and John Green's videos, because they literally teach AP science on their channel. Like, they're not discouraging nerds from studying. Anyway, so angry callers are a thing that I've been dealing with recently. However, talking with some of my female colleagues about like hate comments and things like that, I realized I have it super easy. I was talking to a colleague who said apparently when she was an intern at a paper somewhere, she had someone, a reader, make a whole website dedicated to talking about how horrible she was. And it just sounds awful. Like, that made me so mad to hear that, and made me think, like, as a white guy on the internet, like, that's a blind spot for me, that I don't get as much of that as some other folks do.
Yeah.
Fake nerds. Hank Green is a lot that's right with the world. It is pretty crazy that someone was, of all the segments to be angry about the Hank Green segment. Like, we talk about politics a lot. Anyway. Sorry.
That is strange. I just read a book about trolls.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a sociological analysis of trolling.
Was this for your class?
Yes.
Okay.
It's for my final project, which is about incels.
Oh.
So I read a book about trolls.
There's a really interesting podcast episode of Reply All, the internet podcast, about how the incel movement, well, the word incel was invented originally by a queer woman from Canada. So you probably know about this. But,
somewhat.
yeah. But they like interview her and they talk about how she was kind of lonely, trying to figure herself out. She was a virgin until kind of older than most people are virgins or whatever, and started this involuntary celibates group because she didn't want to. She wanted a term that sounded a little bit less loserish in terms of its connotation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she arrived at. But then the problem with it is with the group was that once people started getting in relationships and started good things started happening in terms of their love lives, they left the group, and so the bitterest people were the ones that ended up staying. Yeah. So.
Oh, hi, Amy. That's my roommate.
Hi. Good to meet you. I'm Char. Well, actually, he's Char.
Yeah, I'm Char. That's Tayo.
Okay. Yeah. So I am actually your roommate. In a very roundabout way. Damie?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Oh, and hi,
Damie.
Sebastian. My whole floor is here. Not really.
Oh,
We're missing one.
Hi, Sebastian. I like your last name.
It's a good last name.
It's very close to the guy from Cincinnati who was the lead plaintiff on the gay marriage case in the Supreme Court. His name was Obergefell. It's a great anecdote. Gives something to think about. Thank you. It's not. Well, what are you researching about incels?
What am I? Well, I interviewed an incel.
Whoa.
Which I probably shouldn't talk about since it's a person.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. What else am I researching about incels? A lot of stuff about like masculinity and beta masculinity, and sort of like subverting masculinity, but in a way that also reinforces it. Yeah, and then trolls. Where's it gonna
Yeah, no, Teo, you didn't die when you interviewed an incel.
That's right.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've heard that most incels are not like very violent or powerful people. They're kind of they're lonely people, alone in their rooms. So masculinity. That's a weird word. I don't consider myself especially masculine, or especially like. I don't consider my being male to be an extremely huge part of my identity, but at the same time, I definitely consider myself to be a cisgender man, and I've never sort of departed from that idea. But it almost feels like I am that way by default. Like I just kind of, it was the easiest option. I just kind of went with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I feel the same way.
Like, I have a boyfriend who sometimes paints his nails. And I think that's cool. I might try it at some point, but I'm kind of, I don't know. I think I'm more comfortable, I'm more uncomfortable with that than he is. Yeah. I've thought about trying to wear like traditionally female clothes before, but it would be a big departure from what I usually wear, and guy clothes are just kind of comfortable for me. Like, I don't know. I don't like to be very flashy with what I wear. Gender is weird. Yeah, no, that's a good question. If someone is assigned their gender at birth, are they more ambivalent about it or less ambivalent about it? I think it's different for different people, but I'm pretty ambivalent about it. Okay, here's something I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because I think queer people get asked this more often than straight people do, but I could be wrong about this. So, have you ever been has a woman or girl ever said something to you to the equivalent of like, all men suck, or like I hate all men except you.
Yes.
How does that feel?
How does it? I don't mind it.
For me, it feels like a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I never take it as particularly serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had a particularly strong emotional reaction. Damie does say that to me, yeah.
Oh. Well. That's a fairly nice thing to say, I suppose.
Yeah.
Compare although frankly sometimes I feel like that's a low bar. If you're the only man who rises above the level of sucking, then that's just not that's sad. And also like
No, you mean it, Damie. You can't take it back.
Uh-oh. You've fallen back into suck territory. So okay, Mark, you did not like trying on girl clothes. I think I would be interested in trying on, like, I don't know, like a dress or something,
Mm-hmm.
if it looked good on me. Like if I found someone who knew how dresses worked, who could sort of show me how to find something that would like, and I would still probably be uncomfortable about wearing it in public unless it was unless I was going to a very clearly gender bending type of event. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Hating toxic masculinity and not wanting to put alternative faces to it. Yeah. I understand that. And I think the problem is when I hear like all men are terrible except for me is like I don't want to write myself up. Like I grew up, I've spent 23 years as a man. Like I've probably absorbed at least some toxic masculinity, right? So, I don't want to make it seem like I am exactly where I need to be on gender issues. Like, I'm sure I still have some work to do. Find one with pockets. That was the other thing that I was going to talk about. Why don't girl clothes have pockets? I'm very annoyed about that.
They have fake pockets, which makes even less sense. Or some of them will have like, it looks like a pocket, but it's not.
Skinny pants? I like pants that are a little bit more roomy. I'm wearing my maroon pants right now, which apparently are called chinos. But I often wear corduroy pants, which are very comfortable. I highly recommend them. Pockets are great. Because I guess if you don't have pockets, you have to carry around a purse or a merce if you're a man. I used to have to carry my violin music in a separate bag from my backpack when I would go into school because I had violin lessons at school when I was a teenager. And one of my stand partners teased me about it and said I carried a merce. So I owned it. I was like, Thursday was the day I had violin lessons, so I would say, Thursday is merce day. Once I get tighter clothes, I never ever go back. But why though? Because I don't know, I just feel like tight clothing does two things to me. One, it makes people see the shape of my body in ways that I'm not always comfortable with. And two, if I sweat, even a teeny bit, I become this sweat monster. And it's just, I don't know, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy being visibly sweaty. I carry a backpack and people think I'm a teen in school. I carry a backpack to work. I think the backpack is a perfectly professional thing.
I'm pro backpack.
Thank you. Everyone hears that Teo is pro backpack.
Yep.
His mayoral campaign may be saved by.
Though for $5, I will be as anti-backpack as you want.
Yeah, there's a deal going on. I can't sign his petition, by the way, because I'm still trying to be a journalist, so it would be a conflict of interest, and I can't tell people to sign his petition, so I'm gonna stay out of that. Anyway, so another thing that we wanted to talk about is that you recently turned the community tab on your channel.
Oh, I did. I have no idea how to use it.
So any suggestions?
I didn't turn it on. YouTube just told me it was there now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't quite know how it happens.
So you can't just turn it on. You have to get, like, they have to do it for you.
I think so. I could probably turn it off if I tried.
Okay.
But I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, so if you have ideas on how to use the community tab, you should tell me.
Yeah. Just gotta know how to control sweat. Well, tell me how, because I don't know how to do that. Showing off your figure. Yeah, no. I'm cool with that. I'm all about that. Body positivity. A crop top. You can wear a crop top if you want. Some people like belly buttons. Don't knock it till you try it. Okay, alright, they're already forcing the body positivity down his throat. We don't need to add flames to that fire. 14 people are watching. Wow, I should have you on more often.
I don't usually get 14. I don't think.
Well, cool. We're famous.
Yeah.
What should Teo do with his community tab? Also, Teo, you tweeted about your favorite musicals.
I did.
And we want to know what you guys' favorite musicals are. They can be as serious or silly as you would like. Too much body positivity. Sorry, Mark. We unleashed the hounds on you. Okay, well, we can ignore the comments for a while. It's going to descend into a bit of a flame war.
Yeah.
So, I have a top 4 musical list that I tell everyone. Music Man, 1776, because I'm a history nerd, and Hamilton is kind of right up there, but it hasn't quite reached that top tier. Fiddler on the Roof, though it's very long, it has good music, and West Side Story, because it also is very long but has amazing music.
I am only familiar with one.
Which one?
Only very familiar with West Side Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to see the other ones.
We should, yeah. I think I have The Music Man here. We should watch it sometime. Because I like it. It's got, it has a lot of good, like, clever music and dialogue, and my favorite thing is the school board in the movie is trying to catch the main character who's kind of a con artist. But he distracts them by turning them into a barbershop quartet. That's my favorite part of The Music Man.
In musicals, are you typically more focused on like music or writing / dialogue?
I think probably, I mean, the things that I'm going to remember are the songs.
Yeah.
But there are musicals that have very catchy songs that are just so dumb. That one of them is Annie Get Your Gun, which I was in high school, and I played. Oh boy, I don't know if I should even say this on the internet. I played an Indian, like a Native American, and I'm to this day very embarrassed about it because that's super problematic. But I learned my lesson since then, that it's just like, don't even joke about that stuff. It's not good.
Are you aware of my most problematic video from when I was like 10?
I don't think I was watching your videos when you
Yeah,
were like 10.
yeah,
So
but
what?
I think I don't know if I've mentioned it.
Oh, well,
to you,
let's
which
hear
is,
it.
which is, I made a video with a friend,
Uh-huh.
and I was either in elementary school or like the beginning of middle school,
Uh-huh.
called Interview with an Indian.
What kind of Indian?
Where Native American.
Okay.
It was for Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And it was very bad. But the Indian was my friend who was white.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not good.
Wow.
It was privated. You can't find it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we can even be sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
One time, okay, so I have this really conservative, like really Republican side of my family, on my extended family. Not my like first cousins, but like second cousins and thereafter. And we get together every year for a family reunion in West Virginia. What were we supposed to do with your favorite musicals? Just tell us what they are.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't been reading them.
Hairspray. Uh-oh, you hired, they had to cast an Indian boy in the, oh, hey Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
Thank you for coming during intermission. I wanted to tell you that, one of my favorite things on the internet recently was your Twitter thread about An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. I thought that was really cool. Because I'd read the book, I could kind of see where you were. I just thought that was really neat. Yeah, just tell us what your favorite musicals are, and we'll riff on that, basically. Okay, so Legally Blonde. I've never seen that one.
Me neither.
I've also never seen Hadestown, although I should see it because Adrian, you've told me it's really good.
Yep, I have not seen Hadestown.
Also,
I
have not seen Spring Awakening. Maybe we're a little out of our element with musicals.
Yeah.
Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, I have seen. It's great. It's super angry. So it's an emo rock musical about Andrew Jackson. Back when I used to work out by riding my a stationary bike in the wintertime, I would listen to Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson because there was a lot of like angry music. Like they have a song that goes, "Life sucks, and my life sucks in particular," and it was good music to work out to. A lot of anger. A lot of talk about blood and sweat. No, we have not seen Legally Blonde, and we call ourselves gays. See, there are a lot of things that like I should like as a gay that I don't know very much about, like Madonna. Well, that's like 90s.
Yeah.
What
are the millennial gay?
Britney Spears. That's slightly older than us, I think.
Yeah. Mean Girl.
Well, yeah. I saw Mean Girls. I thought it was too mean.
Oh, I have seen. It just went past where we can see it. I have seen Pippin, which I saw with Thamey.
Didn't you say that was your favorite musical?
Yes, probably.
Okay. It wasn't Magic Mike or whatever.
No, it is not. It is not actually Magic Mike XXL.
Neither of us have seen Spring Awakening either. Is that like a thing? Is that required viewing? Lady Gaga. Yes, thank you, Gina. That is the thing that all gays are supposed to like, and that I don't really care for that much. I mean, I'm sure she's very talented, but like, my taste of music is like an old person's taste of music. I like a lot of folk music, and I like old musicals, like The Music Man, West Side Story. I don't know what Beyonce and Lady Gaga are. I had once when I still lived in my dorm, I had a gay guy threaten to rip, quote, and I quote, "rip my weave off" if I said something bad about Beyonce. So, I have not since then. I don't know. Jonathan Groff is it? Wait, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Spring Awakening. Jonathan
Oh,
Groff.
okay.
Yes. Well, I like Jonathan Groff. He was in Hamilton, obviously. Played the King George in the original recording, and he also was in a show called Looking, which was about gay men in San Francisco, in like modern times, like 2013. Which I started watching like as soon as I came out, and I didn't have HBO, so I watched it illegally. But after that, I liked Jonathan Groff. You saw that? It's so gay. It is. It is a very gay show. Looking is very, very gay. It's very much about gay men. There aren't very many lesbians in it. Just fair warning. And there's a lot of sex. So if you're not into that, then stay away. I think. I mean, so there are musicals that I think like the music is really clever and really good, but they're just so dumb that I don't really want to sit through them.
Yeah.
One of them is Bye Bye Birdie. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Oh, it's so bad. It's good. Dick Van Dyke is in it, which I like. But he's a songwriter for this guy who's supposed to be Elvis, and Elvis gets drafted into the army. But except Elvis's name is Conrad Birdie, and Conrad Birdie is going to do one last publicity stunt before he goes into the army, and it's to go on the Ed Sullivan Show. And this is going to have a weird resonance after Me Too. He's going to go on the Ed Sullivan Show and kiss a randomly selected member of his fan group and sing a song called One Last Kiss. And so they find a girl who's going to be the kiss receiver, and she's from Ohio, from this random town in Ohio. But the problem is, she's just agreed to go steady with her boyfriend. So this is a big problem, because this boyfriend's masculinity is super threatened by the fact that she's going to be kissed by this celebrity on live television. Well, the music is good, and they also make a turtle speed up with a potion.
How is that related to the plot?
It's very thinly related to the plot, but Dick Van Dyke's character is the songwriter for Conrad Birdie, but he secretly wants to be a biochemist, and he knows how to make a potion that makes people or animals who take it get really fast. And for some reason that somehow moves forward the plot. But I don't want to spoil it. Oh, interesting. Gina has a friend who read Spring Awakening, the original German. You used to live in Germany? That's really cool. I have an aunt and uncle who live in Germany, and I visited them once in Berlin. And I really, really liked it, but I want to learn German because I didn't like being in a place where I didn't speak the language.
That was about Bye Bye Birdie, to answer Gina's question.
Yes, yeah. Bye Bye Birdie. It's a terrible show, and a terrible movie, but I really recommend it because the music is good and it's so goofy. And it was like, my mother, if you're still watching, it was her favorite musical as a teenager because she just thought it was so fun. So we need to watch Spring Awakening. Is one moral that we're learning, one moral message that we're learning from this live stream. And we also need to wear more skinny clothing, apparently. So that's good to know. And we need to learn to manage our sweat.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Which I don't know how to do that. So
just stop sweating. Hold it in.
I'm trying. Sometimes, Adrian works as an usher at a Shakespeare theater, or volunteers as an usher, I should say, at Shakespeare theater. So sometimes you forget that plays other than Shakespeare exist. Well, as a Shakespeare camp alum, I can't argue too much with that. Although I should say, one of the times that I was in Shakespeare camp, we did a Moliere play. So you should at least know Moliere, and maybe Shakespeare's contemporaries like Christopher Marlowe, because he was gay, or queer. We think, looking back, to the 1600s, it's harder to tell that kind of stuff. But and Ben Jonson, because he's a super grumpy dude who wrote good plays and poems. Thank you for calling me a nerd, Adrian. I know that that's a compliment coming from you. Oh, yes, Gina. The song How Lovely to Be a Woman is indeed from Bye Bye Birdie. The cover of it was in a makeup commercial. Okay. Yeah, How Lovely to Be a Woman is a song that the Conrad Birdie fangirl sings in the show. Oh, whoa, you're auditioning for the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged this weekend? That is awesome. That's super cool. If you get in, I want to hear all about it, because that's another play that's really dumb, but very good. They do Hamlet really fast backwards. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's dumb, but it's good. Shakespeare camp, we're way more cold. Well, it was. I will tell you, Gina, if you ever have the chance to do any kind of Shakespeare camp for grown-ups or whatever, you should do it, because the kind of people that it attracts are not necessarily like people who've read every Shakespeare play or whatever, but just like really, really nerdy people who just like need a safe outlet, like a place where they're not going to be judged about their nerdiness. So it's a wonderful environment. Yeah, no, that is a big risk, Mark, because there's only 3 people in the show, so it would be a big time commitment. It would probably eat up all of your life, and we'd not hear from you until after it was over. But I hope you do well in your audition. Break multiple legs. Oh, you're gonna have wine. I'm also drinking wine because my roommate made me drink it because he had a bottle of wine that he needed to use up. So I don't know. I mean, you've already done some backwards Hamlet. As a protest against having to memorize To Be or Not to Be, I memorized it backwards. Wait, so did you memorize the words backwards, or did you memorize the sounds backwards? Did you do it so that if you played it backwards, it would sound like To Be or Not to Be? Like Beatles, Paul is Dead style? Red wine. I'm drinking white wine. I don't love wine, Gina. I agree with you. I think wine, I don't know. It's like, why not just drink grape juice? It's sweeter.
Grape juice is sweeter.
I kind of like beer a little bit better because I like bread, and beer tastes like burnt bread to me.
Okay. That's it?
A little bit, because it's made of grain.
Yeah.
I like champagne. Champagne might be my favorite alcohol, but I think this is the first time I've had any alcohol in like 6 months. So, oh no, because I had a beer when I went to trivia with my coworkers, but it's a rare occurrence. So, Adrian agrees that wine is weird. So you're not alone, Gina. Okay, so Mark did the words backwards, not the sound. There's this Norwegian comedy band called Ylvis. You might know them because they had a viral video called "What Does the Fox Say?" Back in 2014 or 2013. But they've also done a bunch of other silly songs, and one of them was like they memorized this Norwegian folk song backwards, but like actually, like they could sing it backwards. So if you played it backwards, it would sound like the song.
That's impressive.
It's cool. Yeah. Oh, your first beer was German beer, Gina, and now you're disappointed. Yeah. No, I believe that you can probably get way better beer in Germany. Probably in the UK too. I did my study abroad in college in London, and there were so many bars or pubs, I guess they call them. A lot of people drink there, even more so than here. What's the meaning of Stonehenge? That was another song from Ylvis. Have you seen Ylvis?
I've seen What Does the Fox Say? Nothing else.
Okay, maybe we need to after this web thing. What am I saying? Webcast. After this live weblog goes down, maybe I have to show you what's the meaning of Stonehenge, and what are the other? They did a parody of Mad Men called The 60s, which is good. It's like 2 minutes long.
Uh-huh.
And they have a song called they have a song called Trucker's Hitch, which is about a guy who knows how to tie every kind of knot except the trucker's hitch. And it's like a country song. Yeah, Ylvis is good. Oh, and they have a song about Jan Egeland, who's a Norwegian diplomat from the UN. And they make him into like this action hero, which is really funny because I saw a play when I was doing an internship in New York last summer about this secret Norwegian circle of diplomats who organized peace between Israel and Palestine in the 90s, and one of the characters in the play was Jan Egeland, and so all I could think about was the song about him.
Live web blog and the information superhighway.
That's going to be the title of Teo's first book.
Yeah.
It's going to be a guide to the internet for the 80-plus crowd.
Uh-huh.
I will say my grandfather loves to use the internet because when he has a question about something, he needs to know the answer right away. So he used to run to his computer and look it up on Wikipedia. Now he has an iPad, so he can just have it at the table and look it up. And I asked my mom, so what did Grandpa do before we had computers? Or before you guys had computers? And she said, oh, he had a World Book Encyclopedia that he would just run to. So, old people can use the internet. I don't want to be ageist.
80-year-olds are my target demographic.
It's true. I remember this one. My brother used to watch a lot of video game Let's Plays / walkthroughs.
Uh-huh.
And there was this one teenager who was very popular at the time who's doing Let's Plays. And I remember seeing a hate comment on his channel saying, I bet you're not, because he never showed his face, he just had his voice. And somebody said, I bet you're not really a teenager, I bet you're an old man. And I guess he didn't have a way of proving that, but it got really quiet. Well, sorry. We're not being paid right now to entertain you. Your psychologist is 67 and hates computers. She's cool, though. Well, okay, here's a thing. Here's a fun fact. Neither Hillary Clinton nor Donald Trump know how to use a computer. Trump has to use his iPhone, which is a problem because he's getting spied on by the Chinese. It's true. Read the New York Times about it. And Hillary Clinton has to use a BlackBerry. and she's not comfortable upgrading to the latest version, so her staffers had to buy her an old BlackBerry off eBay. Yeah, I think our next president should probably know how to use a computer. I don't know. Am I really crazy to think that?
That seems important.
That seems within the Overton window.
Yeah.
Oh, the audio got quiet. Oh, so
Is the audio still quiet?
sorry to snap at you. Yeah, can you guys hear us? If not, then just, I don't know, plug in bigger speakers. Because I don't know how to, I'm using a webcam that has a good camera but a not good microphone. So, sorry about that. Charteo 2020, but who's top of the ticket and who's the bottom of the ticket?
I assume based on the order, if it's Charteo 2020, you're the president.
I have to be president?
Yeah. I think you'd be a good president.
I mean, I would be a lot of firsts. I'd be the first openly gay president.
Mm-hmm.
I would be the first atheist president.
Mm-hmm.
I would be the first president that they would have to change the Constitution for because I'm only 35. And yeah, I'd be the first president in a while who wasn't married, and didn't have children. And I'd be the first president to, I don't know, I would be the first president to invite a K-pop band to the White House.
That's good. That's what we need.
Yeah. And you would be the first vice president to, apparently the vice president's office used to be like the office of somebody from the Navy. So I feel like you should commission a ship that's painted rainbow.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
We'll appropriate it from the budget.
Yeah.
Why? Why not? I had my mom's cousin told me when I was little that she said, you can't be president because then people would be mean to you and I'd have to beat them up. So, according to Barb, I can't be president. Sorry, guys, but I'm accountable to Barb. So we should probably wrap this up pretty soon. Yeah, any comments about what Teo should do with his community tab? We didn't get any answers to that. Oh, also, who's the top and who's the bottom? Mark, get your mind out of the gutter.
We should block him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could do a lot of things. You could do, I had this recurring idea to use your Discord to make an exquisite corpse poem where everybody adds a line.
Yeah.
So maybe you could do that on your community tab.
That's a good idea.
But I want to do that on your Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I shouldn't have given you that idea. Although, I mean, there's not like, poetry is not like a zero-sum game, right?
Only one poem.
Only one poem is allowed.
Yeah.
You said it first. You commented with it, Mark. That was a trap. I feel very trapped by that.
Yeah, the community tab is the Twitter /
Yeah.
the like blog post thing. I believe it also has polls.
Okay. So you could have like polls for like what stances you should take as mayor.
Oh yeah.
You could have. There's been some mayoral drama in Chicago, by the way. There was a really progressive candidate who like was kind of a long shot, but then she got an endorsement from Chance the Rapper, and then the story broke that she owed like the city of Chicago. She's like the head of a nonprofit, and she owed the city of Chicago a lot of money in like back payments or something, and she wouldn't be eligible to run. But then her payments got paid off by Kanye West, which was totally random. And then like 3 days later, Kanye announced on Twitter he was taking his leave of politics after going to the White House and saying how much he loved Trump, and then paying a lot of money to the most progressive candidate in the Chicago mayor race. So that's Chicago politics in a nutshell right now. Before we go, I have one more thing that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Which is, what actually about incels are you like trying to find out?
What am I trying to find out? I don't know. the class is the sociology of deviant behavior.
Okay.
So that is the lens that it is through.
Yeah.
But I don't yet know like my thesis or specifically what I'm writing about.
Okay.
But it will be about masculinity in some sense, and relating that to like digital online communities.
Yeah.
I do. One thing that has struck me while doing this is that I feel like Rose just got here. Hi, Rose.
Rose, hey.
I think my impression is that me finding Nerdfighteria is quite a similar path to like people finding teenagers finding the incel community, or like 4chan communities.
Because it was a welcoming community.
Yeah, it's just a generally more harmful version of
that. Well, I think about that because I have a brother who got into like some more right-wing YouTubers for a while, like Sargon of Akkad. Lately he's said like, oh boy, I don't like Sargon of Akkad anymore, which I don't know, I think my brother is a very smart thinking person, and I know he has good taste. But things like that, and that made me think about like, we had very similar upbringings, but we ended up with very different beliefs on certain issues because of to a certain extent, of what we found on the internet.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. I am happy that what I found was Nerdfighteria, which I think is generally pretty positive.
Yeah. I came upon Nerdfighteria as a 16-year-old, so I was a little older than you were, but I think, I was very glad that I found that, and I also think that I'm kind of the same age as a lot of like the bulk of Nerdfighteria, it seems like, and we're kind of all growing up together, which is neat, that is cool. And I wanted to say one more thing before we go. I'm sorry that, Rose, you're not going to get to see very much of this, but keep making art. I really always love to see your drawing videos, and it always blows me away because it's just something that I don't know how to do, but that you can kind of do very, very easily. So that's cool. And I want to make more music theory videos, which I know you requested. So as soon as I figure out what I want to talk about, I think my first video is going to be about timbre. So you'll learn all about different sounds that I can make on the violin, because that's what I have to work with. Anyway, the thing that I wanted to say before I go is like, one of the things, I know I talked about this you're good, Rose. I know Australia is on a very it's a very different time of day than it is here. Music theory hype. It won't be till like January at the earliest, but it's coming. Now Teo, you know too that there's demand for music theory.
Yeah.
So if you want to make like I don't know, the music theory of the sound of a staple going into your hand.
Yeah.
You didn't actually staple your hand.
Well,
No.
I took all the staples
Okay.
out,
Okay.
but I did actually like squeeze the stapler.
Okay.
So it was a real. The sound was real.
Okay.
It hurt slightly, but not very much. And it was actually. I kept doing it afterwards. I just kept like stapling my hands because it was. I felt very powerful, stapling my hands and not getting hurt. If you want to staple your hand, take out the staples.
Yeah.
Otherwise, very bad idea.
Yeah. You should have had that as a disclaimer in your video, or
Yeah.
you might get sued.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Because you're gonna have a lot of Tyler Oakley fans
Yeah.
who are gonna staple their hands. Did my brother inspire your like love of Tyler Oakley? Because he claimed to be Tyler Oakley in your
Oh well, he claimed to
YouTube
be
boyfriend video.
He claimed to be Tyler Oakley because in my boyfriend application, I said what is your name, and then
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
either choose Tyler Oakley
Yeah.
or other.
And
So
I watched
that's-
this video that Teo made about his YouTube boyfriend, and I saw the part about Tyler Oakley, and I thought, oh, that's funny. Somebody, filled out the form and said they were Tyler Oakley. Then I found out after the fact that that person was my brother. Yeah. He might be watching. He might be one of the 11 people.
Yeah.
The falling up the stairs bit in my Q&A video was surprisingly painful. Yeah. Well, yeah. That was good editing though. It made for good television. So keep doing stuff like that. The worst thing that I ever did, I guess, was to spill Sprite on my floor. I don't know. I guess I'm probably gonna get a pie thrown into my face for one of my videos in the future because I'm going to do a video about the history of slapstick comedy. So yeah, I'll probably have to do some messy / painful things. Char's brother, me with the guy mapping out his connections on the corkboard. I do have a brother. He does make videos. His channel is Class Act Media, if you want to look it up. He does mostly movie reviews about superhero movies. But he's also doing a series about every Doctor on Doctor Who, and it's really good. He like cosplays as every Doctor. It's neat.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's cool. And he does like archival research. He finds like the rare videos of the early Doctors and talks about them. So I'm very excited about that too. Did I just call this television? Maybe I did.
Did you?
This
is television.
Yeah. We're actually gonna have to go to a commercial in a minute, and then American Idol is gonna come on. Is American Idol still on?
I think it is.
I watched American Idol for a few years, but the person I wanted to win never won.
The only game show I watched regularly was the American Race.
Oh, wait, The Amazing Race?
Oh yeah, The Amazing Race. Yeah.
Well, lately I've been watching The Great British Bake Off, which is an excellent reality show. Yeah, I watched Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh yeah.
Which was good.
Which was pretty good.
Good. But yeah, after like 10th grade, I just stopped watching TV and only watched YouTube. History of slapstick comedy. Will it include a lengthy discussion of Commedia dell'arte? I don't know. Did they throw pies in each other's faces in Commedia dell'arte? I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, Commedia dell'arte is very cool. It's like over the top 1600s French theater. Jeopardy. I like Jeopardy. I watch it whenever I'm with my grandparents because they watch it. When I lived with my grandparents, I became more like a person in their 80s because I watched Jeopardy every night, and they became more like a 21-year-old because they went to the gym every week. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. There's one more thing I want to say, which is that one of the things that I didn't expect when I started making YouTube videos, but that has been just a real blessing, is I have internet friends now, and that's really neat. and I kind of just thought, like, I've talked about this in my really long, like 20-minute unedited video that I'm grateful to people for watching. But you know, I kind of expected that I would get some comments and I would get some views and they would kind of maybe grow over time. But I didn't expect to get like regular people who would come watch regularly and leave comments regularly, and to kind of have a conversation with those people outside of my videos. And that's been just really neat and unexpected. You've had that for a lot longer, so you probably think that I'm silly for being surprised.
Oh no, it is very neat. I'm grateful.
So gratitude and purple hearts from internet friends. Oh, you drew with Rose on her live stream. That's neat. That's super fun. I want to do more live streams like that. I think that my next live stream is we're gonna do a craft together. So look forward to that. All right, friends. Any parting words? In about 60 seconds, I'm gonna cut this off, and we're gonna eat. The two of us are gonna eat some apple cake. So I'll blow a kiss. Hope you guys caught it. We kind of our aim is not the best.
Oh yeah, I am trying at the computer instead of the camera.
Oh man, people are gonna be like, "What's this wet spot on my chest?"
Yeah, sorry.
So naughty. All right. Well, Mark's sending us weird emojis. It's time to go. Yes, Rose. Please do more. Do more live streams and draw good stuff. And, I mean, whenever you feel like it, we'll be around. All right. Bye, guys. See you again soon. Bye. Now, how do I turn this thing off? Oh, I have to go on here. Okay.